P. Whoa! It keeps getting smaller. Hey, it's Coach Becky here, and the #1 reason your glutes might be shrinking is because if you don't use it, you lose it, and it's no different with your bottom. So if you're spending a lot of your day probably sitting around, whether it's on purpose or just because you're at work, right? Maybe you're sitting at a desk at work, and then you're driving home from work, and you're sitting, relaxing, eating dinner, watching TV, all these kinds of things. We're not using our glutes on a regular basis. So one of the best things you can do is to make sure, on top of doing exercises, of course, we wanna make sure we're moving throughout our day. We're getting up out of our chair, we're standing up nice and tall, maybe going for a quick little walk, even maybe doing some fun little exercises, which I'll show you a few here in just a second, that will help you to build those glutes even at work or at home in between your workouts. So make sure you're moving, you're getting up, you're moving, you're doing exercises, you're walking, you're doing different things, so you're not sitting. So minimizing sitting. You've probably heard try to get in 10,000 steps. That's a good goal. If you look, you might only be getting maybe 4,000, maybe 5,000, and that's a huge reason why. So you have to use those glutes outside of your exercises by moving regularly throughout your day as well. Now the next reason might be because you aren't doing glute-focused exercises. Now there's a lot of exercises out there that do use your glutes, but they're not the main focus. You're actually using your legs more than your glutes. So we've got to make sure we do glute-focused exercises. So what do I mean by that? So a lot of times, the squat or the deadlift is touted as a glute exercise, but really it's more of a leg exercise than it is a butt exercise. So while they are great and they will help build those glutes, so we need to make sure we're doing glute-focused exercises. I'm gonna show you a few that you can do right here at home with just a mini band. Now we're just gonna hit a few exercises, and if you really wanna make sure that you have nice, strong, big glutes that aren't shrinking, make sure to check out that pinned comment down below, because we have a whole entire Unlock Your Glutes program designed just for that. All right, let's go ahead. I'm gonna grab this. You can actually grab a chair, but a bench would work, but I know a lot of people don't always have a bench at home. So I'm gonna actually show you guys how to do this on a chair. Now make sure this thing does not have wheels. Okay, don't do this with a desk chair, otherwise this is gonna turn into something way other than an actual glute exercise, okay? But all you need, so a bench, a chair, something that we can lay back on. So you'll see what I'm gonna do here in a second. I just need something that's gonna support through my back. Even a couch could work, okay? But what I'm gonna do is sit down and I'm gonna take the band and I'm gonna place it right up above my knee. So what we're gonna do here is a hip thruster, which is a really great exercise to do, and I love doing it with the mini band, because not only is it gonna get the back side of your glute when we squeeze up, but this is gonna help hit the side of those glutes as well. So we're hitting the glutes all the way around. All right, so what I'm gonna do is take it down. So really, I'm trying to get my back to right about where my bra strap is on the edge of this. So I don't wanna be sliding off, but I don't wanna be too far back as well, because I need to be able to move my hips up and down. Now you can just hold on to the sides or whatever feels comfortable with your arms. My feet are about shoulder width apart, and I'm gonna just start with my hips down, and from there, I'm just gonna lift up, okay? Squeezing all the way up. So I gotta squeeze my glutes here, and at the same time I'm pushing out on the band, so I'm not letting the band push my knees together as I do this move. I wanna keep some tension out on that band and squeeze my glutes at the top. So again, drive it down, and here I want you to come up all the way. I want you to squeeze those butt cheeks, okay? Touch them, feel them. They should be rock solid hard because they're working in this move. So doing a move like this, an isolated glute exercise, is really gonna hit that backside even more than, say, a squat type exercise or a lunge, right? So up, squeeze, just like that. So you could start with around 10 to 15 reps of this. Of course, pick a band that's challenging and hard for you with this exercise, okay? So just like that. Now, if you wanna add on to this a little bit, what we're gonna do is so I'm gonna bring my feet in just a little bit closer for balance. As I come up, I'm gonna lift my knee, and it's really gonna help isolate that single side. So you do wanna still make sure I come up, I squeeze all the way up, alternate that leg, bring it back down, squeeze up, lift, down, just like that. Let's go one more on that. So again, hit about 10 reps on each side, so about 20 total. So from there, you can just sit down and you can take the band right off from there. So that's a really great way to focus on hitting those glutes with an isolated exercise. Now, one thing I want to show you, which I'm gonna go back and show you, so just pretend I still have a band on, is one thing that's really important when we're doing our moves is full range of motion. So even if it's a squat or a deadlift too, or a move like this, what we don't want to do is just come partway up, right? So when you're doing exercises, I want you to focus on squeezing up all the way. So let me show you even with the squat, right? When we come up, boom, squeeze your butt cheeks, get them working, okay? So often I see people doing exercises, deadlifts, where they're just coming partway up. They're doing hip thrusts or bridges like that, where they're only coming partway up. We can't squeeze our cheeks, right, if we're only coming partway up. So really focus in on the muscle that you're using, right? So if you're exercising and you're like, my butt isn't growing, it's not getting bigger, it looks like it's getting smaller, you have to engage the glutes, okay? So in all the exercises that you're doing, so whether it's a glute isolated exercise like I just showed you that we wanna make sure we're doing, or something like a squat or a deadlift, focus on engagement. Squeeze those butt cheeks. If you're not squeezing those butt cheeks somewhere in those exercises, they aren't getting the work that they need. All right, so those are some things you can do to help those glutes from shrinking and make sure they're going the other way, they're growing so they can look amazing in those jeans. Now, hey, if you want more like this, check out that pinned comment down below. We've put together the Unlock Your Glutes program. It's a great way to get more out of these exercises. All right, thanks for watching, and I can't wait to see you next time.